Okay, so just gonna jump right into it because now I can be myself, y'all. They done gave Bip the mic. Bip got the mic. Shout out to the whole WithLuV crew, Verge, NFE Visuals, all of our collaborative brands out there. We up. The underdogs on top. We got our guest Leak on the come up. He gonna come do something for y'all later. We gonna sit down, talk to him, talk about some of his latest projects. But WithLuV Radio is just a platform where we are going to talk about all the stuff that we feel like we don't talk about enough on the radio. Maybe like community, just up and coming, like, I don't want to say local, but our rising stars from Baltimore. So this is your girl Bipped By Bae, and I'm gonna help y'all out there.
All right, yeah. So for our first topic, I always come with hot topics whenever I do a radio show. So today, our first hot topic is what everybody's been seeing in the news. Of course, just hilarious and
oh
sexy.
God.
Now,
I woke up to that.
Both of them are good friends of mine. Jess is my sister. Love her dearly. Sexy Red is a very, very well good friend of mine. I feel like the situation is bad.
What's crazy is I actually grew up in the same neighborhood. Just Hilarious. Shout out to Just Hilarious out there doing your thing, being from the 410 and just putting us on the map. Like, enough people don't talk about her and it's not in a positive light. And I feel like they missed that part, and that's why we here.
Funny thing is, I feel like Jess gets a lot of praise.
Oh, yeah?
Outside of Baltimore.
Outside of
Baltimore. Baltimore is a city that a lot of people looking from the outside in, because of course I'm born and raised in Baltimore, but I've made it past the Baltimore up and coming.
Absolutely, I agree.
I've made it past that. So looking from the outside in, when we go to places like Houston, LA, Philly, New York, Atlanta, they look at us like, oh my God, you're from Baltimore. Like,
absolutely,
about to be on
you get
top.
that stigmatism.
But Baltimore is the city of, I always say, a crab in the barrel city.
Yeah.
And it's
we coined that.
Because a lot of people don't realize that there are a lot of artists that are signed from Baltimore and some type of deal. But what artists besides two that I can name on my fingers?
I mean, I can name a few.
That truly have made it out.
Yeah, that really made it out when out, like you said. We're not talking about locally, DMV area. We talking about, like you said, fly you out. Let's get outside of this bag, open your horizons. I feel like, yeah, like you said, enough of them don't get enough recognition, and because it is a lot of artists. Shout out to the artists out there signed to major situations and you don't get enough recognition. Keep hustling. We do see y'all.
Well, a lot of the problems that I have with local artists is their work ethic.
Okay.
Their work ethic plays a part in getting signed, being signed, whatever, because what happens is a lot of people get lazy. And I call it the Baltimore disease.
Okay.
I feel like as soon as we get signed, that's it.
That's all.
The label is supposed to do everything.
Yeah.
And that is 100% totally false.
But y'all still be sleeping on the couch, though. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Couch, not doing what they're supposed to be doing. There are two people that there are multiple people, because, of course, I know producers like Jay Oliver, who's my brother, who produced the...
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Who produced Kevin Hart and Trey Songz record, and Meek Mill. He has stuff. Rick Ross and Meek. He's on their album. That's my brother. He's born and raised, graduated from Morgan, born and raised in Baltimore.
Okay.
We always have this conversation. There are two people right now in 2020. Well, we're in 2024. Let's say that that really shine. One, Tate Cobain.
Tate Cobain. Shout out to Tate Cobain.
My brother. Shout out to my brother. Love him to death.
Absolutely beautiful on that new Nicki album.
Hello.
Beautiful.
2 Grammys on Beyonce's album.
Two Grammys. Talk about it.
Of a career. People can say what they want about him, but nobody.
There's nobody with longevity
that can say they have
with the longevity and the track record. Listen, numbers don't lie, you guys.
And also, just him, even like you said with Nicki. He's now signed to her. He's moving and shaking, doing what he's supposed to do. That is, what is supposed to happen. A rapper turned producer.
Yeah.
A rapper turned songwriter. Everybody is not meant to be a rapper. We all start off
Boom.
as rappers.
I wish we had sound effects. We're going to learn how to work that later, because that was definitely a bomb dropped.
Everybody's not meant to be a rapper. Everybody's not meant to be the star. And the problem that I get with a lot of people is they want to have a show. They go to the show and they have 90,000 niggas on stage. And from the
90,000 niggas didn't pay.
Who's the rapper? If it's 90,000 people up on stage with you and y'all all huddled up and you're rapping or whatever you're doing, how am I supposed to know if I'm just a label mate walking in? How am I supposed to know who the rapper
I wish we could have a caller call in for that, because I ain't gonna lie, I want to know that too. Like, what makes y'all think that having a large entourage is the way to go? Because I'm not even gonna lie, I book exclusively for Project Pack and the DMV, and I also book for Young Easy, who is signed to Jadakiss. So I've been back there, and they travel alone. They travel by themselves. They go to their shows and they go home to their family. Shout out to Project Pack and Young Easy, who I work with.
So one of the things that I learned, one of the artists that I love working with is Tech. YG Tech.
Absolutely.
I do some of his PR, but I really was his tour manager.
Okay.
And we have another leg of the tour going. One of the things we discussed was, when we're on this tour, I want everybody to leave me alone.
Yes.
There's not going to be 50 million people on stage, whatever the case may be. When I'm performing, it's about me, because he takes his artistry serious. As an artist, you have to take your artistry very, very serious, because what ends up happening is you get lost in the sauce, because everybody wants to be, as soon as you blow up, everybody wants to be there.
Yeah, now everybody's there.
But nobody's there. When we have rehearsal, me with Tech, he rehearsed every day leading up to that tour. We were in there all night, all morning. I'm tired. Like, look, I have a restaurant to go to. I gotta leave. But to hear that hunger, when somebody has that hunger and they're ready, going from rehearsal to the studio, is an amazing thing.
Are you talking about that incredible tour that they just went on, and they made that beautiful background?
Yeah, so that was
Is that B? Was B Will?
So that's
Shout out to B Will. I had the pleasure of working with her and Tech at the 25th Street Fashion Show. That was another event that I feel like didn't get enough traction. That was wonderful.
So
everybody on there was wonderful.
Me and B Will have been friends for years. So when Tech, the funny thing about it, the tour started with, and this is 100% the truth, the tour started, we had a conversation at an engagement party for one of my brothers.
Okay.
And Tech was there. He performed at the engagement party, and we just started talking about music, and he said, I want to do a tour. So I said, okay, let's put it together.
And he put himself on tour. Notice, take note.
Yes.
He put himself on a tour.
This was a self-funded tour. It was hard, but we made it through, and I absolutely adore his work ethic and his drive. And another artist who I appreciate their drive is Sleepy. Sleepy, I will always say that's my child, because we started together. I remember Blue Benjamin when it was all of these people, it was Beezy, it was
standing on top of Roofs and Latrobe Project.
All of it, right. Ball.
Yes, that's when I remember them, yes.
People. This was when CMT, Gorgeous, everybody was, I remember being there when we were on at the studio. It was a hookah lounge, Villa. It was a right next door upstairs.
Is that even open anymore? Talking about venues.
Right, okay. No, they knocked it. Well, it's not knocked down, but it's gone.
Really? Oh, wow.
But yes, that was a time in my life I've been through, not been through anything, I've been through stuff.
I've watched you. What's crazy is they don't know, but dropping this on, me and officially booked, because now we are all superstars. Yeah. I'm not even gonna lie, we are superstars. I'm so proud of you. Let me tell you that. I've seen him in the development stage, and this has always been you. I knew that you were the boss. Talk like a boss, walk like a boss. And shout out to you.
It's hard because, of course, you get the stigma of people don't want to deal with you. And let's be 100% transparent.
Yes.
People don't want to deal with, I'll say, Baltimore people. Baltimore niggas get afraid to deal with people like me because I'm gay. But what they don't realize is I'm the same one who has every connection you can think of.
Yes, sir.
My Rolodex connects to a building.
Yes, sir. And this has been since high school and probably beyond.
When I was